Nation, you love to put them away now.
If you're Rise Nation, you're rested. You're ready for the final. If you're Red, the question is how much gas do you have left in the tank? I mean, you have been playing all day to get to this point. Here we go. Map 1 of the grand final. Red Reserve, Rise Nation, Europe versus North America. We're kicking it off on Valkyrie Hardpoint.
We sure are. Rise Nation, they've lost it twice today, but they've had some solid performances. We're on board with Gunless, a key part of this Rise Nation team. But there you go, Red Reserve, they have control of ventilation.
They're gonna be set up inside first. Rise Nation gonna be trying to work the break. I think I already hear USA chants starting inside. It's obviously gonna be a tough battle for Red Reserve. Most of the crowd gonna be behind this Rise Nation squad, like you heard kind of in the intro there with Rich, but it doesn't seem to have phased this Red Reserve squad at all.
Nope, they have a hot start, but there you go, Rise Nation. You can see Josh, and I believe that's Joe. They're starting to move over towards this operation bunker. Looney here meeting them. He wins both those gunfights. 3 go down for Red Reserve. A solid start. And there you go, we are on board with Gunless. If he gets this time, that's gonna be full streaks for him. A great play out of Rise Nation. They're right back into this one. They have rotations. You can see it on that mini-map. Josh trying to go all the way around. That's a big gunfight, and he wins it.
He wins it, comes right into the Hornet's Nest. Gunless ready for him, and that's full streaks, at least for Red. A map where you're not going to be able to be maybe the biggest difference maker with early streaks. It won't really assist in burying this Red Reserve team early, but so far, they're just doing it with the superior gun skill. Pushing in, but Method's ready here and waiting. He's the lone man to get it done. He's able to find 2. Finds a PPSH, tries the drop shot, but Raiden up to the task. And now, trying to soak up some time for this Red Reserve team.
Yeah, there's still 1 player left. That's TJ on that side. Some great shots there. Rise Nation, they're just trying to contest, but you have to start thinking about storage bunker. We're going to go to that rotation. You can see a couple of Red Reserve players already heading over here. Here's going to be a first big engagement between Joe and TJ Halley. Actually, they're going to go opposite ways.
The engagement evaporates as Joe will start heading to the other side, looking to get set up here. You see on the minimap several players from Rise Nation ready to hit. Will they be ready for this position? In the corner, they line up for him. A little bit of an SMG collat there, as you may have even got a little bit of a team shot there to assist in it. But despite the play from Joe, it's going to be Rise Nation set up inside.
Yeah, and we saw TJ. He was able to pick up 1. Red Reserve just didn't know his position. Looney helps him out. Red, they gave up a few seconds off scrap time to try to make a great team push, but that just wasn't able to do it. They have Rise Nation now set up. Red Reserve just trying to make a push whatever they can.
And for this particular bunker, what's the key here for Red Reserve if you're going to get a break?
Yeah, you had to pick a side. You can see how far they're spawning out. You don't want to be in that position. Finally, they're starting to move up towards that middle staircase, but you have Methods locking it down. Some solid shots onto his teammate and raided. TJ Halley cleans that up, but you have Zero going all the way around. He could be the key man here for Red. Not just for this hill, but also for Office. We talk about hills 3 and 4. If you're able to really just get those 2 going, you can get a very solid lead.
Rise Nation strong so far in this one. The lead continuing to build. 50-point advantage right now for this squad, but Red at least getting a little bit of garbage time. But let's see what Red can do here on the next hard point, because they're going to have to try and break again.
Yeah, they need this break. Office is one where we saw teams can control this. You know, we saw it end of games in that box score. They have 100 seconds to 5. This is one where you're Red Reserve. You don't want this to get out of hand too quickly. Some shots right there from Gunless. The second on to Joe.
Rise continuing to show why they've been the favorites in this tournament. They've been outslaying their opponents. They've been solid in search and destroy. There really has not been a weakness in the armor for this squad. Lead continuing to grow, but there's the break. 3 kills come in for Red Reserve, and now they'll get in. TJ Halley, the last man. What can he do? Well, looks like he's going to try and cut down the entire side, almost able to pre-fire the edge there and find Josh as well, but as he drops, crucial points here now for Red Reserve to not let this lead get out of hand. Yeah,
Josh is close to streaks as well. He's going to get these 10 seconds. It's going to be about a 40-point lead for Rise Nation. Rise, though, is set up. They have that operations bunker. They have storage bunker under control. It's going to be hard for Red Reserve to get towards that smokestacks. And as you said, we still have some streaks for Rise Nation. Can Josh get them? He's going to be the key man. This is a big one-on-one. He loses the gunfight to Looney. That's big. If he gets those streaks, they can call those right away and sort of break down that hill, but a perfect setup for Rise.
Yeah, and you got to think, the longer Gunless is able to hold on to those, the longer, or the more potential he may be able to make a big play with those streaks. So far, a perfect hold here from Rise Nation. Red Reserve not even able to get close to this hard point. Methods pre-fired with the bar at the back. Zero first to drop. Second one is Joe. Methods chopping them down like lumber. The third is there. Raiden's head removed. and lighten up the body with a little extra love here midway through this game one.
I'll tell you what, man, Methods today has had an MVP caliber performance, especially on Search and Destroy. We talked about a few Ardent Forests. We're not going to see that in this series, but from the matches we've seen, he's been going off. Having a great game at 16-9. We're going to head towards Ventilation. About a 90-point lead for Rise Nation.
And this is big. You said Rise Nation, they need to come out and try to bury him here in the game one. We know how hot Red is right now. They've been just torching through that loser's bracket. The Rise Nation right now, at least, proving to be too strong. Just take a look at the stats on the right-hand side. Methods, 17-9. TJ, +4 with 15-11. +4 for Gunless as well at 19-15. They're absolutely outslanging. And a guy that's been crucial to this loser's bracket run for Red Reserve in 0, 9-20. You can't survive a double negative performance on a map like this.
No, you definitely can. I was going to point him out as well. Rated still playing stellar. The rest of Red Reserve not far behind. But they need to get some things going again. This is a map where things can change very, very, very quickly if you can string some hills together. 18 seconds left, 0. He's going to go towards operations, but all of Rise are in the back.
Can he heat it up here? 0 absolutely has to turn it on, but it is going to be a glide bond coming in. Not going to connect, but during that, Looney able to find a couple of kills. 0 though, set up inside. First gunfight, it is Gunless yet again. The one-on-ones, the crucial ones to get set up in rotation for the next hardpoint. Keep going their way. Gunless, 1v1 after 1v1, taking down Red Reserve. So yet again, a Rise Nation and the hardpoint looking to build up this lead yet again.
Yeah, the one good thing for Red Reserve is, Rise isn't pushed out too far yet. So there we go. They can get in contest. They can drop some age in. That allows Red Reserve to stay alive, but there we go. Looney and TJ still in this hill. There's some streaks on a 6 spree for Looney.
And a reminder for fans at home or new viewers, Looney, very sick today. We thought we were going to have to pause one of the matchups earlier in the day, but he's been a trooper. Sprinted to the main stage and has been putting on an MVP-type performance. 6 streak here, 7 as he picks Joe off the barrel. And now just 40 points away. Looney doesn't miss. 22-15, streak now up to 8. As he accrues more time, he'll leave that for Gunless as he's ready to rain down the streaks.
Yeah, he's going to call some streaks in. If he doesn't get anyone, at least he'll get all that information. You can see Red Reserve pretty spread out. Methods, takes down rated. A solid setup, though, for Red, but Gunless is going around. You can see the pinch starting to form. Looney's going to call in another streak. Try to get those guys off spawn.
Lots of information, but not picking up any kills. But again, every time they call in a streak, his teammates picking up the gunfights as well.
Yeah, look where those red guys spawned out. There we go. They did it so well coordinated. That allows them to break that hill. They just need 20 more seconds. Red Reserve, they have to fight on in.
This could be where it ends. There's a mortar in the front, not going to connect with anything. You still got bodies here for Rise Nation. Now 10 points away. Will Rise strike first? Will North America strike first? It's looking that way as long as they can clear out a couple more players here. TJ, the last man up, tries to gun Joe on the edge. But it looks like Rise could end it here. Final tick through. Rise Nation on the board first.
Yeah, great game number 1 for Rise Nation. I mean, they've been waiting a while. They got to that winners final. They won that. They've been waiting to see who they were going to go up against in this, championship final. Finally, Red Reserve arrives, and well, a great game 1 from Rise.
Now, this is a map that came out. We weren't really sure if it was going to be a 3-sub, 1 AR, 4 subs. We saw at times when people were kind of figuring it out. You saw the power of an AR in the hands of a player like Methods there. Just an angle like that to hold the back door. It was the Bronze Star. He guns 3. He was huge in this, but I don't think you can really point a finger at anyone on Rise Nation that wasn't going off. What was the struggle for Red Reserve overall, you think?
I just feel like they were losing a ton of one-on-ones. Every single time we went to those rotation gunfights, we always talk about how important they are. Felt like Looney was winning them or Gunless was doing it. That allows guys like Methods to get set up, makes the game easy for him. You saw every time we went to Methods, he was just prone or he was hanging out, L-trigging down a line of sight and winning easy gunfights with that assault rifle.
So what do you think it feels like now if you're Red? You've been on this tear. You haven't been in cruise control like Rise Nation by any means. I mean, Rise Nation have gotten to the grand final with relative ease for the most part. They've been smoking their opponents. For Red, it's been this battle through the loser's bracket, but you have been winning series pretty handily outside of maybe that Envy series. Now you take that game 1 loss. What are you talking to as a squad?
I mean, just forget about it. Move on. You've been your back's against the wall this entire day. Just 1 series loss, you're out of the tournament. But I feel like Search and Destroy has been the catalyst for this team. It's what has kept them in this tournament. And again, we've talked about it all day. It's so tough to reverse sweep teams. Envy was able to do it against Red early on in the tournament. They almost did it again.
That would have been There would have been some rated tweets after that one, I think. Suffered those twice.
And again, we're going to an Arden Forest, capture the flag. We know how good that Rise Nation can be on that one. I just feel like if you're Red Reserve, this is a must-win map.
Certainly. And the thing, when you're trying to come and win 2 best-of-5s at a grand final, you want that first series to be over quick, right? And obviously now it's not after you lose the map 1. You hope to get a 3-0, so maybe you got a little bit more in the tank when you head into a second best-of-5, but how many times have we seen in the past where it's been the first best-of-5, a team maybe wins it in 5 games, and then they sort of run out of juice in the second. They get 3-0'd. It's happened many, many times in the past. So if you're Red, man, you just want to rip off these next 3 maps as quickly as you can. Unfortunately, Rise Nation, so damn good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a shot at Red Reserve. Trying to just conserve that energy as much as possible. Again, you want to get into that second game.
And, you've been in this position before. You talked about the fact all the way back in Black Ops 1, you had to do something similar. What's it like, at the end of that run? Obviously, it's exhausting. Mm-hmm. How do you keep the energy high? How do you keep the comms high when you might be a little burnt out through that run?
You win, right? Like, that's the biggest thing. We won 6-0 in a very quick fashion. That's just the biggest difference. It's so tough for teams to continue to do this, just game after game, match after match. It's been a very long day.
And what's tough, well, think back, that was when you were on the Optic Gaming squad too, so you probably had the crowd kind of behind you here. Right now, the crowd behind Rise, so you're not going to get an extra boost of energy really if you're Red from this crowd.
Yeah, we had a bit of a crowd back then, maybe like 5 or 6 people, but yeah, this is a much bigger crowd. As you can see, yeah, definitely rooting for Rise Nation, but Red Reserve, we saw how they play the St. Marie Dumont Search and Destroy. They play very aggressive on that A side. They try to sneak around. They're just tough to deal with.
Well, we talked about it when they were playing against Optic Gaming. It seemed like if you looked at just the map positioning, map control they had, they were pinning Optic in like small pockets on the map. They had so much information due to the aggressive nature, like you said. Can they do that against Rise? Because we know they have some guys that like to play fast on their team. And, one thing, the reason kind of Optic switched up their defense to sort of kind of 2 mid, 2 inside of Red was because of TJ Haley. He was pushing up that mid street and getting flanks all the time. I wonder if that's something he can do here against Red Reserve, but let's get into it. Red looking to answer back, and they'll kick it off on offense.
There you saw Looney. Oh, well, there you go. Just like you said, there's that airborne AR from TJ. Finds that first blood, but I was going to say Looney has that expeditionary. He has that stun. Gunless able to find Josh, but he has another player to deal with. Great shots out of Gunless, but there's a quick trade from Zero.
The fact he's able to at least get 1 in that situation, though, keeps the odds in Rise Nation's favor. Rated, though. Nice shots. We'll get a pick suddenly. 2 versus 2. Bomb in Zero's hand over towards that A site. You've got Rated starting to move in towards Red. You see the defense right now from Rise Nation. TJ, eyes on the A bomb site. Methods, holding by B. Is Rated the one that kind of needs to make a play here?
Yeah, he definitely needs to. And again, every single time we've watched Red Reserve, whether it was against Luminosity or against Optic, they're able to just take so many openings on the map. Look what Rated is able to do. He's getting so much information, probably knows there's 1A, 1B. Is TJ going to expect this? Rated going to go all the way around. Spots 1, though. That'll give information to his teammate. Method's going to start that rotation.
TJ picks 0, though. That is absolutely huge, and TJ reads Red like a book. He gets the first blood with the airborne AR, and then look at the snap.
Yeah, he's not missing.
Holy hell, TJ Haley. The search phenom. I wouldn't say he's been that this weekend, though. He has struggled from a
gating standpoint. It's been gunless in Methods for sure. But again, a lot of the times, they're not playing his maps. They're not playing London Docks. They're not playing St. Marie. These are some of the maps where we've seen him drop numbers. But a huge round. Again, if you're Zero, you have to wait for Rated there to make the play.
Yeah, that's what I thought was a little bit surprising. I mean, at least it makes sure that the trade is there. Let's see what Rise has up their sleeve here now on offense. What's in their book of tricks? It looks like it's going to be a flood into the B side. Rated gets that information. It looks like it's going to be a 2-man flank then from Red Reserve.
I was going to say, we've seen Joe and Josh do this number of times. Is Rise and expect this? So Rated off the start of the round sees those 3 to 4 nades come in. He watches the cross. But Rise, this is a great position for Red. They're not going to expect this.
Well, Joe, you had a freebie, pal.
He definitely did. In Methods, he's going to find him.
Oh my God, things may be falling apart.
But the nade comes in.
He does at least get a kill before he drops, and now suddenly is Looney by himself inside the B site. Things collapse. What looked to be awkward for Red Reserve for a moment still works out.
That could have been a much easier round, I feel like, but a couple of gunfights go their way, and that nade kill comes in.
What do you think was wrong there, maybe with Rise's setup, that they didn't deal with the...
They didn't commit. They didn't commit to the bomb site. As soon as you commit to that bomb site, then Methods turns around. He checks that ammo depot, watches that flank. As soon as they don't commit to that bomb, they just waste way too much time. They allow Red Reserve to get full map control.
Looney, under 20 seconds to work with. Trapped like a rat here on the B site.
Yeah, he may not even try to do anything, right? Just don't give them the points.
Exactly, exactly.
He doesn't want to plant because that allows a kill and a defuse, so just going to stay alive. But a great response out of Red Reserve. But we see them, we've seen this time and time again. They've been doing it all day. Rated watches that cross in, and then Joe and Josh just hit that flank. It seems like Rise Nation were just waiting for grenades to come in, and they never did.
And we know this is a team in Red Reserve that loves to, you know, they watch VODs. They like to prepare. A little bit different here in the sense that, well, you haven't been able to do a ton of research, is you haven't been able to sit and watch matches. That's the downside to being in the loser's bracket. You're on a run throughout the day. Not as much time for preparation, just time to keep the streak going.
There's that stun from Looney. It comes in. Stun's rated, but Red Reserve pretty spread out right now. There's that smoke to A cross. Gunless gets done. Some nice shots on the 0.
What's going to be big here? TJ still has his grenade, so if he can get a couple shots in on the cross and finish him, does Gunless still have his grenade, or did he use it? He used it, okay. So he won't be able to double up on it. Gunless just pushes forward and gets the pick. Oh, almost gets the second, but TJ will tack it on. It has been the TJ and Gunless show on one side. 0 now in a 1 versus 4. He does, okay. At least gets in behind 1, able to find a kill. Only 40 seconds to work with now.
He's in such a tough spot. He only has that PPSH. He may do the same thing that Looney did last round, right? Just not try to give away a kill. Don't allow a player to work on streaks.
And there's just nowhere he can go. You've got TJ top red in the window. You see his angle. Looney watching the back. 0 completely trapped right now. And like you said, only a PPSH right now to work with. Not going to be able to just kind of peek and try to pick somebody off one of these areas of cover.
Yeah, but now the adjustments are going to have to come in from both teams. I imagine if Rise Nation, when they go back on the attack, if they attack that B site, the bomb's going to go down right away. I feel like they're just going to commit. They know what Red Reserve is trying to do. They can set up in that bomb site. They can try to get out towards Depot. And the same with Red. When we go back to their offense, how are they going to switch up their attack? They've been going towards A, but that's gotten shut down twice.
It has. And a big part of that, well, the first time was what, TJ getting a pick mid. Second time, Gunless able to hold there. I think TJ tacked on a kill pretty much the same time as Gunless. Shot there of our beautiful stage and all the fans here in Atlanta.
It's a very red stage.
It is, it is. All right, let's see what Rise Nation decides to do this time. They toss in all their nades. There's
a gas grenade, yeah. That allows Red Reserve to get in.
Maybe kind of a blind counter this time, but TJ, another first blood to his name, just picks Joe there off the tower. Josh able to jump across to at least reinforce that and kind of hold the push coming in from Rise Nation. But they got what they needed. They got the first blood. They got the information.
Yeah, exactly that. 0 still top middle. You have Rated with him as well. They know that rotation's probably going to come in. Josh can basically hold down this B site by himself. 0 now watching this cross. This is so important. There's the bait. A nade going in on Looney. But he has no help, right? There's no other nade to come in. Looney's going to get this bomb down. 4 versus 3.
In that spot, you either need a player kind of at back A that can put a second nade in there, or you need to get a couple shots in and combine the nade with it. But at least Rated, able to get a kill, turn this into a 3 versus 3.
Nice shot.
Wow, you can't die there. Looney drops Rated, flawless shots, and now giving his squad a chance. 3 versus 2. Not able to get away from that. Methods makes the play. He spots him on the bomb. Methods going huge. Now it's on 0. He turns. He steps. Methods on his feet. Woo!
My goodness.
Let's see it again. Let's see it again.
This is fast, man. He had to have heard him or just pre-fires that corner. I have no idea. What a play by Methods. I thought they'd do that round away. I mean, both Looney and TJ get picked. TJ, there's no reason to peek that at all. I mean, he gives that blood to Rated, but...
And then Looney, he had time to probably back down as well, but one more bullet catches his face, and I mean, Rated made it interesting. He has been beaming throughout the course of the weekend. One of the most accurate ARs we've got in the game, but not enough there.
And look at that stun. Did you see that? 3 players stopped. That's from Looney with that expeditionary. There's the nades. The team play out of Rise Nation, just combining the utility of grenades and stuns.
5 rounds.
But Joe's still here. Joe's still here. Makes it a 2v2. This is doable for Red. This is a round you need.
Ooh,
almost finds a third.
Yeah, if he got one more bullet in him, that grenade might finish him.
This is what you need if you're Red Reserve. You need a round like this to get you back into the game.
And you still got Joe up. He has been, hell, he's been the EU Iceman.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. Both Red Reserve players both have PPSHs. Can we go over to Rise Nation? You have Methods. I'm sure there's 2 ARs, so Some different gunfights gonna come down here. You're gonna try and bring those close. Method's working on some streaks, 470. Josh just peeking that bomb site. Finds one.
He's marched up. He's been spotted, doesn't matter, still able to win it. 2v1 now, it's all on Joe. Joe's had so many clutches, can he do it one more time? Joe gets the kill that he needs. Methods will finish it, Methods will get streak, but Joe will win the round for him.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Red Reserve knows he has streaks, right? He's the last player alive in this round.
That's true, that's true.
We're gonna spectate him, see he has two. And Red Reserve's so good at switching over towards that mountain. That was a scary round, but that was a big one from Joe.
Wow.
Methods is just not missing right now.
He's not. I thought when he peeked that for a second with Joe shooting at the player on the bomb, I thought he was just going to line them both up and get both kills. There you get the round win and maybe shut down Methods on streaks. That could have been the perfect round for Red Reserve, but hey, at least you get the round win. 2-3 is a whole hell of a lot better to look at than 1-4. Let's see if maybe TJ picks up another first blood. He's already got 3 out of the 5 rounds.
And there we go, the same thing, rated here. Zero's gonna put a nade down from up top, but look at the other 2. That's a big one, TJ. Yeah, he has 4.
4 first bloods. Maybe lackluster in search throughout most of the weekend, but here in the grand final, a man possessed.
Here's the double nade's coming though. The double nade is gonna come from Joe and Josh. There it is. They're able to find one. All 3 other players are in that bomb site, 1 on the bomb.
Whoa, Gunless picked up that flank just in time. If they would have peeked that a second earlier.
How are they gonna break in here? You have one going up top from each angle.
Methods,
but there we go, TJ.
Again, taking over the game. Joe peeks. Joe, nice shots. He's able to pick up one. Joe! Joe!
He's gotta wait for your teammate. Regen that health.
Oh my God, what a retake. How in the world does Joe win that second gunfight?
I don't know, but that is a huge round. These are back-to-back rounds at Red Reserve. What? You know, they don't have the superior advantage, and, well, they make magic happen.
How? It seemed like this game was just getting away from Red. TJ was taking it over, but then that man on your screen, Joe is making plays in search and destroy. He has been doing it throughout this loser's bracket run. Whether it's 1v1s or 2 pieces like that, just continues to make incredible, incredible plays.
Here's the thing, though. There's that stun. That's going to allow them, again, to know what Red Reserve's doing. Methods, though, trying to get into that B site. I love this play. They know he has streaks, right? So if they're able to get this bomb down, they can back away. Oh, and Joe gets streaks as well. Mortar comes down. Nobody goes down from Red Reserve.
I thought that was going to finish Joe and at least keep him off the glide bomb. Joe now really close to that glide bomb. Can he pick up one more? Looney's going to peek and Josh is going to punish. Could this be 3 rounds in a row now for Red? There's so little time to work with. Gunless is going to have to try and make a play, but Methods is going to get picked. Player on bomb is down, and Red now alive 3 in a row.
And can we just talk about that? I mean, you have a 4v2. Joe makes that play. He gets 4 kills in those rounds. That allows him to earn that defuse. He then gets streaks. He plants the bomb. A great turnaround from Red Reserve, and it's just a couple of rounds like that get you back into this game.
Like you said, this was you've had must-win rounds in this. This is a must-win map for sure. Rated one of the most consistent players in the entire Call of Duty World League. Absolutely one of the massive reasons Red is on this streak. And now Red in control of this game. But look, Joe, still just 10 points off that glide bomb.
Yeah, let's see what Rise Nation does. They've been favoring B site. But it looks like they're going to push up towards middle. Look at TJ. Look at TJ.
Yep. He does this all the time. He pushes right at
spots
mid.
it.
Doesn't matter that he spots it. Another first blood. And TJ takes out Joe. Gives him a little tag.
Josh got 1, though. Josh gets 1. Josh gets 2. He gets the guy in the glide bomb just like that. Again, Red Reserve are back into this game.
Unbelievable. This is the second time that TJ's got 2 opening kills, and it starts to fall apart. Looney, once again, it's him left alone in this type of round.
He gets streaks as well. Josh has streaks. What is going on? Josh finds the perfect timing, gets Methods in the glide bomb.
How are Rise losing these rounds?
There we go. That's all the information that's needed. Looney has a nade. Great nade there. Josh is trying to wait for his teammate. Does. Puts bullets in him. There we go. Great round out of Red Reserve. They're staying alive, Maeve.
How many 2v4s? That's 2 now, right?
A 2v4. You have the 3v3 retake. Well, a 2v3 retake.
That is the second time that I've lost my mind to a crazy play by TJ in the opening of a round, and then suddenly it's a 2 versus 2.
And if you're Rise, it's just as tilting, right? You get that confidence for Red Reserve, but Rise Nation's thinking, what the heck just happened?
A stellar search and destroy, and what is bound to be a grand final for the ages. Can Red close it out here on offense? You have the fighter pilot with Joe. You still have something to work with on the side of Rise Nation, and 2 streaks for Josh. Method's going to be the one to call on the first streak.
Yeah, he's got to commit to this because there's only 1 round left, so he has to use his streak. And wow, Josh catches Gunless. That's that first blood, but there's Looney to trade it.
And Gunless woes continue here in this search and destroy. 2 and 8. He's been so good in this mode, but not right now. Red Reserve shutting him down. And Josh just walking up mid-map.
He might have made the play. Is he going to go straight to B? Yeah. I love this play.
Methods.
Just wait for him. You just have to wait.
Here he comes. Surprise. Method shot from behind. TJ there to trade it.
Yep.
Now it's all Looney again. How many times is Looney going to be stuck in a tough spot? He hasn't been able to clutch yet.
Commit to it.
Granted, these have been tough positions, but now Looney's got to make the play.
He may find a good timing depending where Zero playing it. No, Zero played it very smart.
Wow, and he'll get lined up, rated, and Red Reserve tied this series up at 1 apiece. It was all Rise Nation early, and then Red just start to dominate there on St. Marie.
Unbelievable. I mean, you want to talk about how Red Reserve has gotten to the grand final. I imagine it's rounds like that, just simply magical.
From what, 3-1 in favor of Rise to a 6-3 victory, right?
5 in a row.
5 rounds in a row. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff on the biggest of stages.
And again, it just started with Joe. Then you have Josh coming in with that 2-piece. That allows them, to waste that glide bomb. A great response from Red Reserve.
It's the grand final here at CWL Atlanta. Red Reserve, Rise Nation tied up at 1 apiece. Who's going to take the swing game? It's the CTF. It's coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the grand final here at CWL Atlanta. Sounds like the crowd's having fun. We've got a very special final for us here. Red Reserve on a tear through the losers bracket. Quite possibly the greatest losers run of all time, and now they're sitting across from a Rise Nation team proving to be the best in the world, or trying to prove they're the best in the world. Now we're going to CTF, Joe, and this weekend, Rise Nation 7-0 in CTF.
Yeah, and you just have to imagine all the pieces to the puzzle for this Rise Nation team. You have Looney, who's so aggressive. You have the two ARs and Gunless and Methods who just lock things down. And then you have that playmaker in TJ Halley. He's going to take the fight to the team. That was a big search and destroy for Red Reserve, right? Keeps them in the series. You thought, I mean, they go up 3-1. Things were going to spiral out of control, but a couple of clutches come in for Red Reserve, and here we are 1-1 into this Ardennes Forest. Capture the flag.
All right, crowd, make some noise. Rise, Red, game 3 of our best of 5, and Looney does find a couple of kills to open things up. Yep, that's going to be 3 down. Zero has to wrap all the way back. Can he make the play? Now his position is given up, and Method's able to gun him. But look at the top spawn there at Cabin. You're going to be able to overextend here quickly if you're Red Reserve. Yeah, that's a big gunfight right there, but rated not caught off guard right there by TJ. TJ spawns up. This is a big one-on-one. There's one player left, and he beats Josh. This should be a 1 flag lead for Rise Nation. How many times have we seen the breaks of Ardennes Forest CTF just go in the favor of one team? And how crucial is a good break from this side of the map? When you're Rise Nation, you're hoping to just play it even from this side, and you get a score in the opening 45 seconds. That's some special stuff, and a big part of the reason they're 7-0 in this mode.
Definitely so. Now you just have to relax a little bit if you're Red Reserve. You know, don't allow Looney to get streaks. He's still 2-0. You have to keep calling that out. Josh able to trade that with TJ. You can see how slow Looney is playing. He's only 150 off. Nice shots right there onto Josh.
Apparently, Looney needs to be under the weather more often because he has been
He's
phenomenal.
Just challenging everything. There we go. Gets taken down, though. A little overconfident. Gunless is here. But there's Joe. Joe's going to be the key to Red Reserve. Every time you watch a capture the flag with Red, well, Zero as well. Typically, a flag cap starts with Joe, and a play that he makes, he's so sneaky on the map.
Josh here, trying to open things up. He's got Methods in the back. Gonna toss the nade first, waiting for a little bit of help. He's actually gonna get the kill with that. Is that gonna be the cue to make the pull? Wins another gunfight. There's one more there, though, and that is something about this Rise team. It just seems like there's always one more guy, and if they have to win a one-on-one gunfight, to make the play on defense, they seem to always do it, Joe.
Yeah, but one thing I'll say is Joe was actually over by that ruined side, so he blocked that spawn. He forced the guy to spawn behind that bunker. I think he just thought Josh was going to get out a little bit quicker, so maybe a little bit too preemptive there from Joe. Josh, middle of the map now. Looney's able to win that one, and as we said, every time you attack this bridge side, it has to start from ruins.
Well, it's going to be TJ and Looney. Super subs on this team that are starting to move up here towards Broken. TJ wins another one-on-one gunfight. Looney next up, almost takes Josh off of cover, but Josh maybe slowing the push for a moment. The clap's starting to come in. TJ saw him for a second, reacts a little bit late, and that's a clear at home for Red Reserve. Just making sure they don't let things get out of hand here in this first half.
Yeah, but look at Looney. He might be making a play here. Is he gonna mate this guy, just jump over him? He's gonna call it out. Oh, I say he's gonna call it out and sneak, but that's a big play. Slows down Joe. Now they have to back up. Have to respect this play. Looney. There we go. He's going to go for a flagpole. There's one player left. It's Josh. He knows he's here. There's a spawn up. Almost gets out.
You know, you had, what was it, Zero with the slow game 1. Right now, it's just Rated and Joe struggling to get anything going. Combined for 4 and 14. You expect they're going to pick it up, but when it's your main AR and your main aggressive sub struggling like that, how do you expect to have any success?
Yeah, you definitely need Rated to step up. Here we go. Method's the last player left. Here comes the pinch from Red Reserve. But the stuns are in. Method stays alive. There's one player. He's going to get to third. Almost does.
Apparently, if you're last...
Again, the one-on-ones, right? How important were those in Hardpoint? Just go in the way of Rise Nation.
If you're watching, just belly flop around, and apparently that's going to work out. Method's just dipping and diving all over the place.
He's watched the movie Dodgeball quite a few times. He knows the 5Ds.
Looney continuing. Him and TJ just continue to dominate here in Ruins. Big part of the reason they haven't had to deal with too much pressure here. 60 seconds for them to hold on to this lead in the first half.
He really isn't missing, you know. Typically a Rocksat tag, Looney doesn't miss, and today he's playing so well. TJ still up in Ruins, just being so annoying. Red Reserve always have to worry about them. They're trapped in that base right now. They have no map positioning. Zero, he got caught out. Rated the last one left, just has to wait for support.
If Rated lost that one-on-one to TJ, that was a score.
Yeah, but look at this, the pinch is coming in. Are they gonna expect this? Red Reserve have to win a couple of gunfights. Josh goes down. There's one player left, that's Joe. Joe in that sneaky corner. There's Streaks as well. There we go, a big clutch gunfight for Zero.
How many crucial 1v1s on either side of this? Now a chance though, maybe to strike even. They're spawning them out at Bell.
Rated needed to go there, he's just playing way too slow.
Just trying to win that first gunfight. Zero, though, still here. But look at the move by Looney. He's been such...
They might call a streak with this.
Such an annoyance here.
Oh, if Looney gets out, they may call a streak. I believe it's Methods who has him.
He has to spawn. Methods is now going to pop. He needs to help, though. Look, there's someone who got through mid. Methods needs to make the play. He does it. He gets the kill.
He's going to call it right away. He's going to call it right now.
Here we go. Zero, nowhere to hide. They don't even need the streak. Make sure there's not a team kill, and that's a second cap in the closing moments for Rise Nation. But we still got at least 5 minutes of play here. We'll swap sides. The scary part, though, Rise already enjoying a 2-0 lead, and they're going to the more preferred side here in the second half.
Yeah, and you still have a streak on Methods, so you imagine that adjustment's going to come in from Red Reserve, but you need someone to step it up. Even right there, when you come down towards that stalemate, 3 clutch 1v1s, that changes everything. That allows them to call in that glide bomb. A solid game from Josh, 13 and 12, 0, 10 and 6, but the other two have to step up. On the other side, nobody negative for Rise Nation.
They were what? I think Rated and Joey said 4 and 14 at one point. Now 9 and 24. It has not gotten much better. Somehow, will they make this side of the map work for them? You get a couple opening kills. We saw how crucial that was for the opening push from Rise Nation. Doesn't look like Red's able to do the same. Looney making a play, Methods as well.
I was gonna say, you would love something fast from Red. At least try to waste some streaks on the Rise side. Nice shots right there on Methods. And again, they're just locking down the map. Methods and Gunless. TJ with another one.
TJ just playing patient here inside of you. He's got Zero directly to his left. He's gonna hop out and challenge. And gunfights like that are gonna make it very, very difficult for Red to get any momentum going.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Nice shots from TJ. Looney continues to be annoying. Just flanks that fire tank, gets in that fire alley. Now Red Reserve has to worry about him. And look at this push. Josh gets through, though. That's big.
Yeah, Gunless just trying to find him. Little ring around the Rosie, but then able to win the gunfight. I think it's Methods trying to pick off one inside of Bunker. There, 3 down. Now it's going to be all on Joe to make a play.
They know he's here. That nade, that lets them know he's here. Joe has to try to slow this down, at least find one. Able to do so. Can't find a second. Nade comes in from Josh. Nice shots right there.
Methods still here, though. Methods will be able to get the touch. Zero going to be overextending. 3 players from Red now trying to come off spawn.
They may call in a streak as well.
Another one-on-one win. Looney with the headshot there. He's got the angle here. Joe, though, picks him up.
He went through the middle. Oh, Joe almost caught him.
Almost gets him, but there we go. 3rd cap on the board for Rise. They are in complete control. And there's some more streaks for the Wonder Kid Methods.
Yeah, Methods having a great series so far. 13 and 6, making 13 and 7. Red Reserve just can't get anything going. I mean, you have Rated at 5 and 16. Again, he's that main AR. He's going to open up lanes for Josh and Joe.
Is this one of those things where maybe he's been so consistent as the fatigue starting to kick in from the long Sunday?
Yeah, it might be. I mean, again, we're still going to go to a game 4 hardpoint. There's still 3 minutes left, but you imagine with streaks coming in. Yeah, Glide Bomb just going to clear the way. All Rise Nation has to do is play some defense. And we saw what earlier in that series against Rise Nation, they held a 1 flag lead the entire time.
They absolutely did. Rated, and maybe now he's starting to heat up. He's found 2. TJ trying to hunt him down. Just saw the back of him, so he was able to retreat. Rated runs into that grenade.
Yeah, maybe in these last 2 minutes, you just try to keep those shots warm. I know you've been playing all day.
Looney is shredding, absolutely shredding. 5 streak, 20 and 11. And he has just been, I know there's been big plays from everybody on Rise, but him specifically has just been a thorn in the side repeatedly as he continues to make plays, and he did get streaks there. So now with 2 minutes left, you have what, 4, 5 streaks available for now for Rise Nation?
Yeah, and a bit of a history lesson here. When Looney started to make his name in competitive Call of Duty, he was just this fast submachine gun player. He was a top slayer, one of the best players in the world at it. And then he sort of got that leader role, switched to the objective, but This series so far, he has taken over an all-tournament long. He's just played so well. Again, he's not feeling too great.
Yeah, that's what's so impressive. I mean, he has been incredibly ill today.
It's like Michael Jordan in the flu.
That's exactly what I thought of when I heard it. Like, just feeling sick and still just making plays. And this is why the streaks are so terrifying. The second Red Reserve get any sort of foothold in this game, hell starts raining from the sky. And if you're Rise right now, you just can't make, I mean, you'd have to make an absolute blunder with like repeated 4 down. But with Looney, it's just patrolling the map like this, 24 and 13.
Looney doesn't miss.
Gunning Red Reserve. This is a special performance here in game 3.
25 and 14. He's almost at 40 engagements. Some streaks coming in from Methods. And well, why not pull one more? Josh is there. Maybe he'd stop this pull, but no, he won't. Yeah, give him some love.
You know, sometimes that could come back to bite you. But with the way this Rise team has been playing, there just seems to be no slowing them down. Another cap. Make it 4-0 with 20 seconds left.
Yeah, a great game 3, and it was right from the start. They got the 1 flag lead. They never looked back. It just felt like every time Red Reserve had a push, they lost every single gun battle. Yeah, Rise Nation, they just have a lot of missiles.
Streak after streak after streak. Rise Nation take the CTF, and they've now got a 2-1 edge in the grand final.
Yep, they are 1 map away from taking home this trophy. And you know, Gunless, he did it here last year. He would love to do it again. Methods, TJ, they want that one.
That's true. You know, you talk about E United's run to try and be back-to-back, but maybe it's Gunless that's trying to go back-to-back in Atlanta.
And when was the last time, I mean, even for Looney, this is so important to him. When was the last time he's won a tournament? Yeah. It's been a couple of years for him. The guys on the other side trying to win an open event for Europe. We saw that last year with Splice. Red Reserve, though, they have their work cut out for them.
You know, they could do it in the search. You saw they were getting some momentum going. You think maybe they'll carry some of that energy into the game 3, but it was, what, opening 45 seconds or so in Rise Nation, they strike. So never really an opportunity for Red to get anything going. It was just tough, and Methods is also my daddy.
Papa?
I love the signs. Even the bald one from earlier today.
Yeah, that was my favorite one.
Well, let's take a look at the extra time cap. I believe in the first half, this is presented by Scuff. It was an incredible play, and it was kind of a dagger in the opening half from this Rise Nation side. Here it is, the play of the game. You see regulation ticking away in this first half. Flag out, though.
Just watch all the gunfights, right? I mean, Josh gets a little unlucky with that spawn, but Joe goes down, Josh goes down. Zero is just left alone, and then as soon as he hears that glide bomb come in, he tries to make a play, but he knows he's done for. They put that away. What, that puts him up 2-0 going into the half.
I mean, down 0-1 from that side is scary. Down 0-2, especially when there's still some streaks to work with, but there he is. I know we've mentioned it a couple times that Looney feeling ill. It has not seemed to matter. He's playing so well, still leading this squad. Just trying to get through it, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe someone else has stepped up on that team. Maybe it's a guy like Methods. Hey, Dan, you're feeling down? Just play your game, right? You know, don't try to talk too much. We'll lead the squad. We know our strategies, but here we go. Game number 4, London Docks Hardpoint. For a while, Red Reserve was undefeated on this one.
Yeah, what, 10-0,
11-0 at lands.
They don't play it for quite some time. We see them at the end of the Pro League. I think Optic beat them something like 250 to 150. I was like, well, maybe it's just because they haven't played it in a while. Maybe now they'll find that groove again here. The last, did they lose that to Envy? Yes, they lost it to Envy, I believe. That was what pushed it to the game 5, I believe, in their series. So they played it very recently. That was a very close game in which I think they had a lead throughout a bit of it. Can they take it here? Rise Nation now 1 map away from being your CWL Atlanta champions. Back-to-back Atlanta for Gunless potentially. A big victory for Looney. Methods finally back in the spotlight after years just kind of trying to get back to this level. And TJ,
they're trying to find their first.
Welcome back, pal.
Yeah, Methods and TJ are trying to find that first championship.
And this could be the beginning maybe the beginning of a dynasty, man. I don't even know if we've seen the best of this team, and it's crazy to say that with how good they've been here, but could this be it? London Docks, Hardpoint here in the grand final. Rise Nation looking to shut down this Cinderella run from Red Reserve.
Yeah, on board with Looney. He gets stunned off the start. That's a great job by Josh. You get lower control. There we go. Red Reserve doing a pretty solid break off. They're going to get control, but Gunless is there to respond.
All right, so Red now in the hard point, just seeing what time they can pick up here. A nice setup to get time here in the hard point. A nice setup to really rotate into next as well. And look how far they're pushing up right now. Just want to be careful they don't get anyone to spawn from behind. They've got them pinned all the way back right now.
I think the big difference already is they're starting to win some gunfights. That was the thing in Capture the Flag, even that first hard point. Looney breaks on through, so does Gunless.
And sometimes, you know, in CTF, obviously you get, you know, a third to or half of the gunfights you're going to get in something like a hard point. You've got more of an opportunity now to get into a groove. Can Red Reserve find that groove and push this to a map 5?
Yeah, Zero and Raiden need to step up here for Red Reserve. Those are two guys. Those are the star players. We've gotten some heroics from Joe and Josh. Can the other two step it up? 3 go down. A nice nade from TJ, but Josh is pushed up towards this gate.
This has been an incredible start. Joe gets 2 rated, finishes 1 as well. And this is just a fantastic start, 40-7 right now. Still a ton of time here on Main Street. Josh now wrapping back to watch the back push. Trying just to stay alive. He's got help here in Zero. This has been flawless. There's still one more player here. Gunfight to Zero.
Well, but Methods is going to get them off that time. But there's the spawn. Spawn's right next to him. Zero cleans it up. A perfect start for Red Reserve. However, we're going to lower docks. We know how important lower docks and barrels has been for this map. Teams have gotten better and better at. Let's go over to Joe. He's on a 5 spree right now. 1 kill away from a fighter pilot. That would definitely help them out.
Can he bait anything here to try and pick up these streaks?
Get to the window.
He's gonna go ahead and use Josh in front. One lines up, but TJ actually gets both. Shuts down Josh and Joe. He wants none of the bait and switch to get him streaks.
Yeah, that was a huge play out of TJ. And if you're Red Reserve, you want to break here. Don't allow Rise back into this one. Zero, though, going to get taken down by Looney. A solid hold so far for Rise. Looney, man.
Can Red Reserve get this break? But he has Looney. 5 and 8. So you got to expect him to start picking it up with the way he's been playing. And you already have that number 1 on the minimap. That's already TJ kind of rotating top, making sure he's set up for the next push.
Does Methods have streaks already? He's on a 5 spree. That was in the hill. 10 points away. You have 1 player on Red Reserve going to start going towards barrels, but he gets spotted. That was by Gunless. There's the trade from Looney. 2 go down, and Red, they're going to spawn all the way out. Just as I said, lower docks and this barrel building has been so important. But rated. He breaks on in. Able to find 2. This will allow them to get to the front, but there's those streaks.
Methods trying to hold inside with this bar. You see on X-Ray, the flurry of players trying to push over top mid from Red, but they just keep running into the wall that is Rise Nation. Just trying to wall bang here through barrels. You can see when they're starting to push in. Sometimes you can pick players through this. Red trying to do a good job, at least contesting, and now Joe able to find a couple of kills, and now the onslaught in from Red Reserve. Unfortunately, Gunless still there. He'll tack on a couple of kills. TJ should be able to trade it out. If you're Red, you've at least done a really good job contesting, right? You haven't been able to rack up too much time if you're Rise Nation, and we've already got over 90 seconds off the play clock, and this is a 66-66 game.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried, though. You can see gunfights starting to go the way of Rise Nation. The game opening was great for Red Reserve, but they have to continue to do it. Josh slowing down a little bit. Zero having a solid game. You still want Rated to step up. But here we go. Zero and Joe answer back. Still, a lot of nades are going to come in from those lower docks. You can see that's where Rise is spawning. So tough to get time, and Gunless gets into fire.
Oh, gets into fire. It almost jumps around and snaps onto Zero. Josh not able to get the opening. Rise Nation still doing a great job holding here at Crane. Now, when you're spawning out like this, what's the best way to try and break this if you're
You have to get fire control, right? You can see that number 7, that's Josh starting to go that way, Rated. And again, this is what has worried me. You saw towards that barrel building that the gunfights were just going Rise's way.
They're certainly heating up, and behind that fire, the lead starting to grow. Up to 35. and you get a ton of time here on Crane. That's something you can't allow if you're Red. That's somewhere you can, try to clear out with grenades. Usually it's heavily contested, but it is all Rise Nation. They're looking to seal the deal here and bury Red Reserve in one best of 5.
Gunless on a 6-3 right now. He's going to call in a fighter pilot. May get caught out, though. 2 players spawn behind him. Don't know if he's going to expect that. He's going to see that right now. Some kills coming in, but there's Looney. Can he find the second on to Joe? Nobody on the hill right now. Joe doing a great job staying alive.
A long gunfight goes Looney's way and almost a snap out and pick up another, but Josh with 2 kills shuts it down. You see a couple of streaks still on Methods here. He wants to go ahead and invest this glide bomb. He sees 2 up top. They're both about to get dropped. Nope, just gets raided. Able to at least spread enough there that you can't tag 2. And by Joe getting inside, he's able to win a gunfight as well.
It's a much better hill from Red Reserve. They stabilized. They wasted a few streaks. This is where they got most of their time.
This is where they got like all their time.
All of their time was these 2 hills.
Between Statue and Main Street. And look, over half of the play clock gone. And there's not a whole lot of points in this one, Joe.
No, there definitely isn't. Josh needs to stay alive. No, he goes down. A little too impatient there. Joe tries to flood through the gates, and Rise Nation, they have control. Look where Red Reserve is spawning.
What just went wrong for Red? How does Rise break so easily there, Joe?
I mean, it was just one-on-one gunfights. Red Reserve, they weren't in position, but look at this. Joe comes in, able to find 2. There's raided with the pinch. A great response once again from Red.
And TJ falls to the Red Reserve sandwich there as he's trapped in lights, and now, as quickly as Red lost it, they've gained it back, and they've forced the glide bomb now out of Rise Nation.
Yeah, there's 0 as well. Can he find the 3rd? He can't.
Wow. 0, 3 big kills to make sure that glide bomb doesn't lead to another break. And Red Reserve, once down and out of this one, like you maybe thought in the game 2 search and destroy, right back into this. 0.
That's a tough shot, but you got to finish that one off. There's TJ.
He hit just about every section of docks there.
Now, Red Reserve, you stabilized. You did a good job getting back into this game, but this is where Rise Nation set themselves apart. This is a big break. A couple of kills going Red's way. Make it 3. Wow. A huge break out of Red Reserve.
They're in. TJ still here, but he's tagged up and has to back up.
Joe can make the play here.
Here it goes. Here's the flank. He doesn't even need to. He doesn't even need to. He'll be able to pick up 1, but his teammates kill the rest of them. And we've got a lead now for Red Reserve. Back in control here of Game 4. Viciously fighting to get a Game 5 and streaks now for Joe as well. You got to say they're a resilient bunch. They've done it all through a loser's bracket, and they're showing it in this series.
That's a big 25 seconds right there. Rise Nation gets back in. Really, that starts with Joe going down on top of that barrel building, but here's Joe once again making plays for Red Reserve. Can he find the 3rd? Almost takes down Looney, but Red Reserve, they need to hold this setup. You can see Rise Nation, they spawn 1 out. That's Josh. Big kill out of Joe. Joe has stepped up big time, 25 and 19.
Try to peek out and win another one. Hipfire connects. Gunless will drop. You got the barrel spawn. And you can start to take over here. Maybe the wall bang there. Nope. TJ able to dip out to the edge.
Look at the push that Rise is going for. They're going for the back. It's all on Josh. It's going to start with him. It's a big gunfight. They're contesting at the front as well. Big kills out of 0. He's at 30. Great job by Rated as well.
There's the clear for Red. All 4 drop for Rise, and you've got some free time now. They're soaking it up right now. 20-point advantage now for Red.
They're spawning them out as well. You can see two Rise players spawn towards the back. But that's a big 20 seconds for Rise Nation.
Yeah, Joe thinks about trying to contest, but unfortunately he's pinched there from a player and Gunless from water. These are crucial fights now in Fire. Is everybody trying to get set up in Crane? Now remember, this is where Rise Nation had a hell of a hold. Red wasn't able to do much of anything. Can TJ make the play to set up early for Red, or for Rise? Not able to do it. Rated finds him. Josh spots Gunless. There's a 3-man hit though happening from Useless. They're spawning close.
Maybe you call in a streak here if you're Red Reserve. You have those streaks on Joe. Josh gonna get taken out. Looney takes down 1. But again, it's so tough. Those nades come in. And Rise, they have the setup they want that we saw earlier.
Streaks though, like you said, this is where you gotta invest it if you're Red Reserve. Gonna come in, Methods drops, TJ drops. They're still spawning close. So they're gonna be able to hustle right back over to the hard point, and Gunless is gonna be pinching from the opposite side as well. But Rated with 2 kills, trying to go big, but it's Rise Nation in the hardpoint. We've had what seems like 10 lead changes in the past 2 hardpoints.
This hill is just so ridiculous with those spawns down low. Those nades come in.
Play clock could come into effect as well, just over a minute on that. Every time there isn't someone in the hardpoint, every time it's contested, a second ticks off that clock. Methods, fighter pilot
he's
in.
gonna find a lot.
He sees the whole world. Able to get 2 and make the call out, so they know there's 1 in barrels, they know there's 1 in fire. TJ just dancing top mid.
But here's the thing, if you're Red Reserve, these have been a couple of hills that have really changed things around. They're gonna get TJ Halley off this hill, but the kills go Rise's way. They're gonna get right back on it. You can't allow them to get too much off this one. Joe, 35 and 25. A big game from him.
Joe trying to get back in, but as he gets dropped, it's the swarm of Rise Nation. They've got 4 players basically top mid, as Gunless able to pick up a couple. Now can they take the advantage here and flood this to the back? A swift no. His Red Reserve will find the kills, and they need one hell of a hold here on Main Street to get back into this game.
Yeah, but look at number 3, that's Looney. Looney's gonna spawn Gunless on him. This is a 2-2 pinch, some big kills coming down here in the back. Zero is able to find one. There we go, a great read from Josh as well. Just stay alive. Some big gunfights going down, a big one for Rated. Joe with another. Now look where Rise is spawning too. That's so difficult when you spawn towards that lower water, especially the opposite side of the map.
Can Rise break here? Can Rise break? Josh doing what he can to hold. Kills 1 and backs up Methods for a moment. They're still on the hard point, about to eclipse that 200-point mark. Are the trades there? Yes, Joe. 2 more to his name, wrapping back to help Zero as well.
There's 1 player left.
He's got to
Don't allow TJ to make a play. Don't allow him to make a play. He made a play.
TJ gets 2, and these are crucial seconds. He's inside with 20 seconds remaining. He'll get picked very quickly. But again, every second on that play clock, you still have to keep an eye on it. Red Reserve.
They need this break.
They're going to be just about even after this hard point.
That's a big kill by Joe once again. He needs some help in the hill. Don't overpeak, Zero. Just contest that time. As you said, 8-second difference right now. That play clock, 30 seconds. Look at it, Clint.
It's ticking. And you know how heavily this can be contested. Red Reserve have got to break on through. They can't contest very long. They've got to win the gunfights. Gunless starting to push through. He wins that one. That's going to open up the backside. There's 1 more remaining here, and he's not going to win it. Joe yet again goes big as he picks up 2. But again, they can't contest.
I like that play. They get out of it. They know they need 20 seconds. They're going to get out of that hill. These are big gunfights going down. Rise Nation, they just might do it here.
Rise Nation looking to ice the game. Red spawning out.
50 kills for Gunless.
50 bomb on the board. 44 on the other side for Joe. But Rise Nation now 5 seconds away from taking this grand final. The final ticks are in, and Rise has done it. Make some noise, Atlanta, for this Rise Nation squad. The tops of Division A, the winners here in Atlanta. Incredible.